Okay, everyone. I hope you can hear me. I hope you're having a good day. It's Devin here, co-founder at GameGPT. Really happy to have everyone here for the AMA. We have a pretty stacked lineup. We have a lot of things to go over and a lot of things we're going to get into today. And I was, for anyone who's been here since the beginning, I was preparing everything we're going to go over in another window, and some music was playing and I didn't know I was sharing it. So if you had like a very abrupt music playing while the countdown was happening, that is my apologies. I now know that I shouldn't be previewing video on another window while I'm sharing screen. But really happy to have everyone here. Connor, how you doing? So you just jump in.
Yeah, doing really good, Devin. It's like almost midday for me, so I'm super excited to get to show off everything that we have today because I've been able to see it like on the backside, and I'm really excited for other people to be able to see what's gonna be coming up.
Exactly. Reading the chat here now. Fantastic says, "Good morning, guys. I made it." Fantastic. I saw your DM on Twitter a couple of days ago. I'm glad you can make it to this one. And sorry about the abrupt change in schedule from the AMA that we thought was Monday, but is now on Friday. I promise it's worth it. We have so much more prepared now that we've gotten a few more days to get everything ready. Semp says, "LFG, hello, Semp. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Almost done, 71. Looking forward to this. Crypto Nut, been waiting. This is awesome. Opom, LFG, Ramp says hi everyone. Good to see everyone. Let's get this show on the road. I have another window that I'm going to be sharing, so let me put this window on the other monitor, and then we can get going. But yeah, everyone, hope you're having a good Friday. I hope everyone's doing well today. And on my side of the world, it's just in the afternoon. We're at 12:31 p.m. Connor is in Texas, so it's 11 a.m. 11:30 a.m. where he is. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good Friday or weekend, depending on where you are. Okay, a lot of things to go over today. Let's see here. Maybe the easiest thing to get us started is GameGPT Summer. We posted a video on Twitter. This was 2 days ago, Wednesday at 10:30 p.m. my time. Depending on where you were in the world, it was likely, it might have been July 11th, but we posted an awesome video. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Make sure I share the right one. This was the video right here. It was an awesome video. It's pinned on our profile right now. It's, I think, going super well, getting a lot of attention. I'm going to play it for everyone who may have missed it. I think it's an awesome video that shows a lot about what we have coming on in summer. Everything that we're doing here in July, here in August and September is what we're planning to ship out for GameGPT. So I think maybe the easiest thing for us to do is I'm going to play the video for everybody. And I happen to have the Google Drive file for this video, so it's not going to be inside of Twitter. And after the video, we'll probably do a deep dive into each single section of the video, and I'll share a lot of things about what else is coming. Obviously, we've framed this as the pre-mint NFT, but the NFT is so central to everything that we're doing on the arcade, in challenges, in its own ecosystem with the level up system and attribute system, and just the art and everything that we've been doing in the background that we're going to be revealing today. So really excited to kind of have a bird's eye view on everything and then to get into the specifics after. So I will go ahead and start the video. Connor, if we have any playback issues or if it's not loud enough or anything, please let me know.
For sure.
I'll go ahead and do that, but I'm going to turn volume down just a little bit so it's not crazy loud. And then I'm going to go ahead and play it for anyone who hasn't seen it.
Can you make it?
Oh, I was muted. Thanks everybody I hope you enjoyed that. Every time I've seen it, I was super pumped the first time I saw it all come together, and I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. Oops, I just shared a whole bunch of stuff I didn't want to. Uh, let me. I think we'll just keep it here for now. But
All good.
yeah, guys. I hope you got excited about it. I'm gonna keep the chat up just so I can see what everyone's talking about. Um, Myrnion says amazing. Opam says, yeah, me too. I like chess. Shridevi says, night 10 here. Love from India. Awesome. Well, yeah, guys, that's what we're gonna get into today. I have the video. Obviously, we have. Let me. The buffering is not very good on Twitter right now. But anyways, we have challenges that we're gonna get into today. We have new games that we're gonna get into today. We have season 0 of our creators program that we're gonna cover. That was also in the video. We're gonna sneak peek a little bit of our mobile app, and we're also gonna sneak peek a little bit of the dual base integration. And of course, by the end of it, I also want to share things on the NFT, the art reveal, the world, and everything else. So really happy to have everyone here. And by all means, this isn't like a one-sided presentation. What I hope it is an open discussion for everyone to see everything that we've been building. So if anyone has any questions, if anyone has anywhere they want me to stop and clarify, towards the end, if anyone wants to come up and ask questions that they think that it doesn't make sense to type out, by all means, go ahead and do that, because we're here for the community and we're here to share as much as possible. This is a super transparent AMA that we're getting into. So, okay, let's go ahead and start it from the top. The first thing in the video that we covered was challenges, and maybe I need to refresh this a little bit. The first thing that the video went into was challenges. So that's right here. And maybe the easiest thing for me to do is to go ahead and talk about challenges. So I don't want to I don't want to reveal the site here, but this is our staging site for Prism challenges. As you can see here on the left, we do have a taskbar for all upcoming games and live games. We have Dota 2, which is already live, and we're going to be doing new tournaments soon. But we also have PUBG, which is currently in the testing phase, and we have our dev team currently creating challenges and participating to make sure that PUBG is working as intended. We also have challenges that happened for Destiny 2 that we're in the process of testing to make sure if we have any Destiny 2 people here on PC or on any console, Xbox or PlayStation, that you can join in on challenges for Destiny. We also have chess.com, where the team is slowly building out the functionality for the chess.com API. It's been a little bit tough because the chess.com team is pretty slow. They're based out of Utah, so here in the States, but they almost don't, they're really hard to get a hold of. If you can't talk to them on the phone, it's really hard to get a meeting. You have to kind of email them, but we have the API endpoints that we actually need. And now we're in the testing phase to hopefully get this shipped out in the next week or two. So chess.com is right on the edge of coming and really focused on testing there. Lastly, we have Counter-Strike 2. Obviously a big game. It is and Valorant are kind of like the games that made a genre. So Counter-Strike 2 is currently in the testing phase. We're finally working, and the Steam API was giving us a little bit of trouble. We may actually we may have found a solution to the Steam API, but if we don't, we're going to have a shortcut to actually use Faceit, which is an awesome challenge provider that has their own API that we can use. But either way, we're not slowing down at all. Counter-Strike 2 and tournaments with Counter-Strike 2 are going to be live and available, I think, within the next 30 to 45 days, but likely definitely within this quarter in the summer months. So July, August, September. So that is the big update with challenges. We're really excited and we're really happy with everything that's going on. But yeah, would love to stop here maybe for a few moments and see if anyone has any questions, any comments before we continue on the rest of the updates. Semp says, hello everyone here from the great state of Texas. Hello, my friend. I was actually born and raised in Texas, just about an hour north of Austin. It's a really, really small town called Belton. So if you've ever been out there north of Austin, you've probably run by my the place where I grew up, Semp. Luis says, that's awesome. September will be the month for GameGPT. Yep, exactly. And then Fantastic says, win COD. COD is not very friendly with their API, just being honest. They don't like giving it out too much. But yeah, we love COD, especially COD Mobile. So we've been talking to people about effectively what Activision does is they don't really give out their API to everyone. They basically sell it to like very specific people, like Tracker GG and a couple of others, and then those companies have to sell it to individuals. So it's been kind of a process that we've been working out, but we're slowly getting progress there. Semp says I can't hear anything. Connor, can you confirm is voice
I can
good on
hear
your
you.
side?
Yeah, I can hear you. Is anyone else? Okay, so Fantastic says good. Simp, you may need to drop or restart Discord. Sometimes that happens to me too. Like my sound just stops working. Oh wait, he can't hear me, so I don't know why I'm saying that. I have to type that.
Looks like everyone can hear except you, Semp.
Why does that sound like a taunt?
I think it's because it's so close to like simp, which everyone kind of is like the new slang term for
Except you,
like
Simp.
a negative
Sorry, I'm
like
not making fun of
moniker.
you, Simp, but that just that looked funny. God dang it.
Yeah, it's
Again, he
probably
can't
like
hear me. So.
semperfi, like, but yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next one because we do have a ton of things to share today.
Yeah.
Next on the video, I'm just using this video as basically like our goal, like our navigator for today's call. The next one we have is 20 game launches, and this is a pretty big thing. We have a ton of things to go over and a ton of things on new games that are coming. There are a lot of things that I can share here, but maybe the easiest thing that I can share is just arcade games coming this September. We want to launch 20, and we're already in the process of doing at least 10 to 12. Like they're really close to being finished. Here are the arcade games that are basically done. And a lot of these are already live. We're just working on the Web3 integration. We have Limitless Lanes, which is an endless runner that some of you guys have played before. And if you've been paying attention, we actually had it in the video. We have Veggie Rush, which is the Fruit Ninja game that we have in the video as well. So if you looked right here, we actually already had the Veggie Rush game live here. Oh wow, I'm gonna mute the sound here. It's kind of abrupt.
Yeah, I
But
played this a lot yesterday testing it. It was really fun. It
yeah,
feels really smooth now.
and this is the partnership game we actually have with uh, Shiba. Well, it's actually called Ninja with Hat, which is pretty much the biggest meme coin on the Injective blockchain, the Ninja token. So that's going to be really awesome. The next one we have, which was also in the video, is Merge Master, which is the classic tile merging game, the 2048 game. That's also going to be featured in the arcade with free-to-play versions and wagering components. Just like all of these games. All of these games are going to have a free-to-play version for everyone, and also a wagering portion, a wagering game mode where people could put up duel, and based on scores that you get whenever you put and wager duel, you're actually going to compete with others in a leaderboard and actually have earnings at the end of every day or every week based on where you place. The next one is Helix Leap, and if you're not familiar with Helix Leap, I can share what that game looks like as well. It was shared up at the top of this. It is this game. You effectively have a bouncing, you're rotating the central axis, and you basically have this ball that bounces and falls without hitting the red platforms. And you get to the bottom, which is that checkered um, thing, and you're against the clock to see how many you can finish. Oh, I just shared another thing I was gonna do. Sorry guys, I'm just revealing a lot today. Cool. And then the next thing is Silent Strike, which is FPS mobile game. We have Roll and Push, which is I actually don't know how to explain this, but I'm just gonna say viral PvP mobile game. We also have Flex Escape, which is almost like a puzzle like if you've ever seen those like Japanese game shows where there's like a huge wall coming at them and then there's like a silhouette of a body position that they have to be in and exactly be in and the wall kind of passes through them. That's exactly what Flex Escape is like. It's pretty interesting. And then we have Watermelon Game, which is Suika. If you've ever played Suika before, it's basically like a claw game where you're dropping fruits into this big container, this box-like container, and like two cherries will merge into a strawberry, two strawberries will merge into grapes, two grapes will merge into an orange, two oranges will merge into a melon, and it'll keep going and keep going and keep going until you have like a pineapple, and then two pineapples merge into a watermelon. And the biggest fruit that you're trying to get is a watermelon, but you're constrained by the actual size of the container that you're dropping these fruits into. So it ends up becoming a really cool puzzle game. We also have Draw 3D, which is a pretty cool physics game. So
Hey, Devin, looks
drawing
like we have a couple questions in the chat about some of the
physics game.
games.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Cool. So Luis says, guys, what we need is something to burn and earn duel. So I guess he's actually asking what are there features for that are going to be on the platform?
Yeah, so we're not trying to be like play to earn. Like we definitely don't want this infinite amount of duel that we're giving as like a rewards token. Almost all of our game modes for these arcade games that we're self-publishing through GameGPT ourselves, or people are publishing third party through GameGPT Season 0 and Season 1 and all seasons forward of the creator program. They're not going to feature kind of like dual rewards without any type of wagering. For people who want to earn on and earn any type of dual or USDC or any type of tokens, you need to actually enter the wagering game modes where you're actually putting up something to earn. There may be instances where we have a promo tournament or some type of event where we may have a USDC prize pool or a dual prize pool that's free for anyone to join. But for the most part, 95% of all gameplay is either going to be free to play where you don't earn anything, or it's going to be a section where you're wagering and people are going to effectively win all of the wagered prize pool. In terms of burn mechanics, we do have several inside of our white paper that you can read up on, Luis. For all of the fees that we get for wagers, a portion of all of those platform fees that are earned through the wagering game modes are going to be burned. We also have various other instances on the arcade and the GameGPT platform that are also going to be burning dual. So we're really excited for it, and I'm sure we're going to be really talking about everything soon to come. It looks like we have multiple people talking about ways to burn dual. I promise everyone's going to be happy on the way that we do these things. And yeah, burning is definitely something that we're prioritizing, but making these games fun and getting a lot of people to play these games, I think is going to come first. Cool. Cart sort, or I think it's actually cat sort 3D. Just getting into the other games, and I'll do this very, very fast. We have Code Link, which was actually a pretty cool puzzle game that we showed in the video. It looked like this. This is a cool puzzle game where you actually have to connect the dots in a way that allows space to happen. So if you're watching Jeremy, who's our video editor, play this game, the goal is actually to connect all of the dots in a way so that all of the boxes are filled. There are shortcuts that you can take. Like let's say for a yellow, you could probably take the shortest path. Like maybe you go up to the right and up to hit the yellow connector, but you'd actually be leaving all of this rightmost column empty. And that's actually not how you complete the game. You have to use every single box in the square to connect all these dots. So it ends up becoming a really awesome puzzle game that's hyperactive, but you actually are on a timer. You have 2 or 3 minutes to solve as many puzzles as possible. And these boxes can range between a 5x5 box or this box, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 8. So I think it goes from a 5x5 box, which is very simple, all the way up to a 10x10 box, which is much more complicated. So it ends up being a really cool actual puzzle game. That is how CodeLink works. We actually have Viral Defense, which is our own bubble pop game, and that's going to be amazing. We have Kishu Inu's Adventure, which is our partnership game with Kishu Inu meme coin. And I was actually going to go ahead and, some of you probably saw, I was actually going to preview that game. I've only gotten to the third stage, and it's a 3-stage effectively platformer game. But I'm gonna try to play it for everyone now. I have it open right here, and we can just play it. This functions very similar. Obviously, this is the play build. This isn't a full version. It probably is 90% there, and we're gonna polish everything. But first, I'd like to talk about the story behind this game. Kishu Inu is a meme coin on ETH, and we partnered with this meme mainly because during the February and March months, we had a close partnership with them, and there are a few ways that we're trying to collaborate. But one of the main things that we wanted to do is really start and take our first step towards this partnership game series where we're building games for other IPs in a way to extend and the reach of GameGPT so that more people hear about us and are playing our games. Kishu Inu was basically just like the Fruit Ninja game, one of our first partnership games that we actually had live. And the idea that Robin, who is basically one of the head people for the Kishu Inu team, really wanted to put across was they wanted to tell the story of Kishu Inu. And so one of the coolest things that Kishu Inu did is, I believe last bull run, like 2020, 2021, they had a really awesome marketing campaign that I believe took them to about $1 billion in market cap. And the campaign was all of the Kishu Inu team effectively and the foundation funds paid for a sponsorship with the really awesome football player who is now retired but still one of the all-time greatest, Ronaldinho. And Ronaldinho and the Kishu Inu team went to Dubai, and they had a full advertising across the entire skyscraper, which is a really popular building in Dubai called the Burj Khalifa. And that was televised and recorded, and it ended up being one of the biggest things to actually happen. This game is actually effectively you doing that in game. You're walking through the deserts of Dubai, and if you progress long enough, you get to the streets of Dubai. And if you progress long enough on the city, you actually reach the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, where you meet Ronaldinho and can see effectively how that works. The third stage, which I always mess up on, is actually you get teleported to Starbase, which is SpaceX effectively where SpaceX launches all the rockets, and you have to jump or dodge under UFOs so that you can actually reach the rocket and go to the moon. It's a pretty cool experience, and I'm sure Robin is going to be able to tell the story of Kishu Inu 20 times, maybe 50 times better than me. But what I can do is actually play the game for everyone so they can see how we're doing these partnership games. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. If you've ever seen Dino Run, this function is very similar to that. I have the music off, but I guess I can turn it back on. Oh, that's just the sound. So let's go. Let me just make sure the controls are working. Okay, they're working. Okay. We're in the desert, and we're evading eagles and jumping over cactus. Oh wow, I already lost. Okay, let's see if I can do this again. Yeah, the flying objects come at you way faster than you expect.
Yeah, it's very misleading. I do like though that you can you're not stuck in the air and you can down key to jump back down if you get if you're hovering too high.
Yep.
Makes it a lot more fun. Yeah. Because it actually took me a little while to figure that out. I died a lot to the birds. I was like, how do I get over this? And I was like, oh wait.
Just made it to the streets. As you can see, the eagles are now drones, and I'm jumping over fire hydrants, not cactuses. Let's see if I get to SpaceX. Let's see if I get to Starbase this run.
Devin, I don't really see the difference between the eagles and the drones.
Wait, really?
Well, I mean, everyone knows birds are drones, right? That's a good thing.
You're trolling. I was like, wait, did the game mess up?
No. I was making a joke about birds aren't real.
Oh, I see. Okay, I think I might actually be able to make it to Starbase this run. Hopefully I don't jinx myself. Oh, okay, nice. Where's Ronaldinho? He should be coming soon.
Okay, I'll be honest, I didn't know who that was because I completely forgot about the guy's backstory name. Here he is.
Okay, and we're going to add an animation. Like I said, we're going to polish this a little bit. We're going to add an animation so that the Ronaldinho meeting is a lot cooler. Okay, we just made it to Starbase, and I'm in my astronaut suit now, and I'm going to have to jump over these. Okay, that was easy. Now we have UFOs.
It's the low UFO that's hard, man. It comes at you so fast.
Wait, there's no way I'm going to complete this run. Am I going to do it while recording, even though I didn't get this far playing my own? I'm getting the RNG right now. It's not that hard. It's been a lot harder on previous runs. Oh, I made it. It took off. Okay, and so now it's going to repeat. And basically, we're going to mess with the difficulty to... Oh wow, the UFO is in the desert. Okay, yeah, I gotta talk to the team about that. That was actually pretty cool. Maybe the UFOs stay once you like reset and you're on NG Plus. That's actually cool.
It actually would
Okay.
be a cool feature. Like let the enemies kind of randomly spawn through the different levels, so you're not used to which one it is.
Yep, exactly. So
Nice.
like I said, guys, this is just a very short preview. There's some things we're gonna polish. Like we're gonna have an animation when you meet Ronaldinho. We're gonna probably have a better animation once the rocket takes off at SpaceX, and we're probably gonna make better music once we talk to Robin and see like what's on brand for them. And we're gonna have a little bit more animations that just make this game feel a lot better. But either way, I think this is going to be amazing, and we're coming. UFOs in the desert, keep it in. Yeah, that's awesome.
It totally makes
Yeah,
sense, right? It's like
yeah.
Roswell.
Area 51. Yeah, cool. Okay, so I actually completed it for the first time on stream, so that's actually nice. And I'm gonna close this out, and yeah, we can go on to the next one. Let's see where else we want to go with it. Next we have... Well, I already went over it. We have Yasu's Dungeon. Oh gosh. And so this is probably where we can get into the NFT art. Yasu is one of 9 custom art one of ones that are in our 6,000 NFT collection. As we'll show, he is a code bounty hunter and will be featured in our first mythic arcade game. Like we mentioned, guys, for those of you who are just learning about the NFT for the first time today, the NFT is something that we've been really, really working on tirelessly for the last 3, 4, 5 months. It is a companion to anyone who's playing in the arcade of the Prism arcade, which is effectively all the games being made through our AI model. The NFT is going to serve as the game pass that gives you additional benefits whenever you're playing games in the arcade. But additionally, it's going to serve as this art, this identity, this PFP that you're going to be using and is going to be featured in certain games that you play. There is a really cool feature. 100 out of the 6,000 NFTs are going to be mythic, and 10 out of the 100 NFTs that are mythic are going to be custom made one of ones. And we are going to prioritize making a custom game for each of the 10 one of one mythics, and then move on to the other 90 mythics that are not one of ones, but still have the animation and the mythic traits. So we'll get into what those mythic traits actually are and what they look like, because their mythic traits are going to stand out immediately because they have an animation added to them. Whereas if you're not a mythic, you don't have an animation at all. But yeah, Yasu is our first character we're making a game after, and we can probably get into the NFT stuff now that we're here. So let me go ahead and share with you. I wanted this page to be ready and live already on our website, GameGPT.gg, but it isn't just yet because we do have to build a few more things and polish it out. So unfortunately, I'm only showing you guys a Figma design of the page, and you guys can't check it out for yourselves, but this page will be live, I think, probably by Monday. So I'm sharing you guys a website from just a little bit in the future, but let's go ahead and get into it. This is our first foray into the NFT art reveal. And the NFT art reveal, like I said, is going to have a huge host of benefits around playing games inside of the arcade. If you have an NFT and you're playing inside of the game, you're going to have a whole bunch of things that are going to give your experience a level up from everyone else. You're going to be able to access certain tournaments and certain game modes that others can't. You're going to effectively be able to get custom rewards that other people are not going to be eligible for if they're not NFT holders. And additionally, we have this other thing called the attribute system. that just like in any other RPG video game or other types of video games, you're going to have stats associated with your NFT. You're going to have 6 stats. You're going to have strength, dexterity, intelligence, perception, speed, and luck. And those 6 stats are going to range from 1 to 20. And each game within our arcade is going to have a favorability stat. So if it's a puzzle game, maybe it's intelligence, or maybe it's perception. If it's a racing game, maybe it's speed. If it's a APM game where you have to have fast reactions, maybe it's dexterity, and so on and so forth. And each of these attributes are going to be inside of the PFP that we built a universe around effectively. GameGPT has really tried to branch out to make its own IP and to almost have lore associated with all of these NFTs and all of the people, all of the effectively universe that we're building around the NFTs. So not only is it going to have in-game benefits, but it's also going to have this identity that we're going to build media around. Although we are not in the process of it, we've actually had to go really deep onto each of the people inside and each of the factions inside of this early game lore to make our first cinematic. The cinematic is already in process, so we have fully fleshed out factions. We know what the society of each faction is like, what their principles and what their guiding prospectus actually is, and we actually feature everything around this GameGPT universe in a post-Earth world, where all of the factions that are currently named and unnamed are actually doing their part and surviving in the universe after Earth has effectively become uninhabitable. So the stories around how they effectively ascended past Earth and what they do to survive is really something that we fleshed out for the cinematic coming for the launch of the NFT. So now what we're going to be going over is effectively this early story and the underlying principles around these 3 factions that we're starting off with in the universe of GameGPT. And then that'll take us to effectively the art reveal. We're going to be sharing NFTs from each of these 3 factions, what they look like, and some of one-of-ones as well. So really happy and hope that you guys can follow along and are really excited as we are about this. I'm going to stop here for any questions, and then we can get into it. We have Fantastic says, I hope I get a Mythic NFT. One of one would be even better. Yeah, I'm pulling for you, Fantastic. I'm really happy, and I know you were a pre-minter, and you participated in, if not one, but multiple of our pre-mint rounds. So really excited about it. Almost Done says, was reading about NFT attributes in the docs. You've added a bit more to the reveal. Man, these NFTs are well worth it. Got it. Appreciate it almost. And I think Kano actually said thanks as well. We have Usam. I hope I'm saying your name right. Usam, when can we mint our NFTs? Please, we wait a while. You're right, Usam. I actually have something for all of the pre-minters who are here today and even not here today that are actually going to receive something if you have already pre-minted. We have a list of all of the wallets that participated in the pre-mint, and we actually have a list of all of the wallets who won NFTs from our giveaways that we've been giving on social media. Usam, if you're here, you're actually going to receive an NFT today. It's not going to be immediately, but it is going to be in the next few hours that are going to give you some additional benefits while you wait for this Genesis Mint NFT to be ready. Admittedly, like I've talked about a few times, the Genesis NFT Mint has been delayed a few times, but we plan that it's going to be, because of the market and because of everything that we're preparing to make sure that we have a successful launch. When we do have this mint late in Q3, if not very early in Q4, that it's going to be an amazing launch for everyone and that everyone's going to be really excited. But like I mentioned, if you are part of a pre-minter thing, you're going to have some additional benefits airdrop to you, and those benefits are going to be effectively given for anyone who today. And as soon as games come out on our arcade and tournaments and challenges are playable, you're going to receive a whole bunch of those benefits before the actual mint happens. So no worries about that. Cool.
Oh, cool. Lurcher said this is going to be his first NFT. So that's really cool to hear about.
I'm excited and looking forward. Amazing.
That's really cool to be like. It's kind of it's weird to be like that, to think about that we're going to be someone's first NFT. That's Thank you so much for that. That's actually cool.
Murnion says, what about those who have won a pre-mint whitelist? Will we get it? Let's chat about it. If you were part of the people who were in the pre-mint, or if you were part of the people who, if you participated in the pre-mint, or if you won one of our NFT giveaways on social media, I already have your wallet. But if you can talk to, if you won a pre-mint whitelist, I don't think there was actually a whitelist for the pre-mint. Anyone who had Xtool could participate in the pre-mint. So if you participated at all, you're going to get it. If you're a part of the whitelist, that is a little bit different. But it sounds like Murnion, you probably are on the list. I think you just may need to. I've won it through Twitter. It was a mint whitelist. Okay, Connor, I know you've done a really good job organizing everything. Maybe you want to sync with Murnion. I'm pretty sure he's been in there. He's considered, but maybe we can get that all sorted.
Yeah, definitely. Just send a DM to the GameGPT main account. Okay, cool. Yeah, I do remember talking to you then on DM. Just wanted to make sure I have the right person because people try to do weird stuff on Twitter. But I can double check and confirm you're on the whitelist. But Devin, I don't believe whitelist is getting an NFT dropped, correct? Because whitelist is just for the actual mint. Am
Yeah,
I have that
let's talk
correct?
about it. Let's talk about
Okay.
it. Murnion, I wanna participate, and I want to celebrate anyone who's here and anyone who's a longtime community member and anyone who shows up whenever we do things. So whether you're part of the list or not, being here means something. So me and Connor will talk, but we'll take care of you either way, Murnion. Just hang tight. Cool. Okay, guys. I've been reading comments. I still see people messaging. I'm gonna go ahead and get into this, guys. So uh, I'm gonna start reading. As you may, if you've seen what I'm sharing, you may have already checked it out. But here is what we got. Here is the first foray into the lore of GameGPT. So Fragments of Humanity is the title, and this cube in the background is represent of ancient technology that is going to really be the centerpiece of the universe that we've created. Starting from the very top. In a future where humanity is divided into powerful factions, the remnants of civilization struggle for dominance and survival. Following a catastrophic collapse, Earth has become mutated and an uninhabitable wasteland. These factions now vie for control and the chance to rebuild amongst the chaos. As they harness advanced technologies and ancient wisdom, a mysterious artifact emerges, holding the power to reshape the universe. This is kind of what's being implied in the background. Will you seize the power and forge a new era, or let it fall into the wrong hands? The main players in this universe that we have so far is the three factions that we've talked about a few times. I've actually leaked a little bit of Yasu. Hopefully no one saw that. These factions are the Guard, the Rebels, and the Code. So let me go ahead and go into specifics around each of these three factions. We have the Guard, which is on the left here, and I'm going to zoom in, which is this very green, this very nature, and this very biologically technical society. And we're going to go into the story behind these people very soon. We also have the Rebels, which is this spacefaring, nomadic, starship-focused, commerce-based faction that's going to be really awesome to learn about. And then thirdly, we have this very not biologically technical, but almost like cybernetic technologically advanced society called Mars. And different from the Rebels, they don't live in nomadically amongst the stars and across asteroid belts. They actually live subterraneally, and their home base is Mars, actually. So we're going to get into all of these people, what they're about, and a short description on who they are before we get into the heroes. So let me go ahead and open to this page. And the first one we're going to learn about is the green faction, the Guard. Cool. So summary. Harnessing AI to more deeply understand nature, the Guard are brilliant synthetic biologists who find their own answers to the universe through a profound understanding of organic life and genetic engineering. Their goal is to restore Earth and transform it to its current barren state to a once again green and blue paradise. Environmentally, the Guard live in a highly advanced, self-sustaining space habitat known as the Sanctuary. And Sanctuary is almost a huge ring that sits out on the orbit of Earth. If you almost think about Saturn's rings, the Guard have actually created effectively a synthetic ring that sits around Earth the same way that the rings around Saturn actually fit. And that is where they live. These biodome cities are meticulously designed with a blend of cutting-edge technology and synthetic biology, creating harmonious living spaces that prioritize health, sustainability, and efficiency. Lush green spaces, bioluminescent plants, and clean renewable energy sources define their environment, reflecting their commitment in restoring Earth's balance and ensuring the well-being of their society. On the technology side, the guards leverage sophisticated AI and genetic engineering to enhance every aspect of their lives. Their technology seamlessly integrates with the environment, from bioengineered plants that generate energy to advanced medical systems that provide rapid genetic level treatments. AI-driven systems manage everything from environmental control to daily life, ensuring efficiency and optimization. Their technological prowess is not just for survival, but for creating a utopian society that learns from past mistakes and strives for continuous improvement. The one of one for the guard is actually very important to this last sentence. Um, Effectively, their technological prowess is not just for survival, but creating a utopian society that learns from past mistakes and strives for continuous improvement. The first one of one, which I'm going to spoil the name, but not spoil the artwork, is actually one of their synthetic soldiers. If you ever played Halo, and you may understand what the Spartans are, they're these genetically modified humans that sit 7 or 8 feet tall, that are like effectively the special forces of like a futuristic Earth society. The guard I guess, Spartans are called Solar Sentinels, and these Solar Sentinels are going to be one of the very first heroes, but that the guard one of ones are made after. It's Solar Sentinel 34. So whenever we reveal the one of ones, I'm going to reveal that one as well. Cool.
Almost done asked, what do you mean by one of one?
Yeah, so almost done. If you've been following along, and if this is the first time you're hearing about our NFT collection, I'm actually really excited to explain about it. Our NFT collection is 6,000 NFTs. There's going to be 2,000 NFTs that belong to each faction. 2,000 from the Guard, 2,000 from the Code, 2,000 from the Rebels. There among those 6,000, there's going to be 100 mythic NFTs. So that means effectively 33 mythics come from the Guard, 33 from the Code, 33 from the Rebels. But we also have 10 one of one NFTs. These are NFTs that were hand drawn, and they look amazing, and they're hand drawn and custom because they belong as almost main characters for the storyline in the universe that we're building into GameGPT. So these characters have been given special attention, and they look amazing. And that's what I mean by one of ones. There's 10 one of ones, and 9 of them are going to be in the collection, and one of them is actually going to be a huge question mark because we don't want to reveal what the question mark in the 10th one of one actually is. So when we launch the NFT and you get the question mark, you're going to have an amazing NFT whose story has not been revealed yet. And I don't want to spoil too much about it, but we're really excited for it. Cool. So that is the guard, everyone. I want to stop for any questions. Almost done says thanks for your explanation. Lurcher Lab says I want a rebel. We'll get to the rebels really soon. Fantastic. I gave away my whitelist at some point. I hope that actually happened back then. Cool. All right. Let's just keep going, guys. I wanna get to the actual reveal of the NFTs coming very, very soon. So that was the brief explanation for the guard. Now I'll get into the code. So the code. Very similarly, the summary focuses on how they use AI and blockchain. The code. Harnessing AI to completely understand technology, the code channeled their proficiency at hardware and software to unlock a new frontier of nanotechnology. Living underground on Mars, the constant flow of nanobots circulating through their body eliminates their need for food, water, and even sunlight. Their goal is to spread the teachings of their founder, Null, to all who reach out and want to join the code. Environmental summary. The code has constructed a sprawling city beneath the surface of Mars. This technologically advanced metropolis lives in the harsh Martian environment with neon lights and towering structures dominating the ground skyline. The city's infrastructure is designed to be entirely self-sufficient, with an extensive network of tunnels and chambers providing all necessary amenities and facilities. This high-tech urban landscape reflects the code's commitment to progress and innovation. And lastly, the tech summary for the code. Harnessing the unparalleled proficiency in nanotechnology, the code have transcended traditional human limitations. Nanobots circulate through their bodies, continuously monitoring and enhancing their biological functions. This advanced technology ensures they no longer need food, water, or sunlight. And with the right upgrades, members of the code can actually alter their bodies to meet specific needs, enhancing strength, endurance, and cognitive abilities. Their cyberpunk city is powered by nuclear energy systems, including both fission and fusion reactors, providing a constant and reliable energy source. Cool. So that is the quick explanation on the code. We will do one last one on the Rebels, and then we'll actually get into the NFTs we're revealing. And I'm excited for everyone to see what a code NFT looks like, what a Rebels NFT looks like, what a Guard NFT looks like, because they all have their own feel to them. And I think everyone's going to have their own favorite. I see a couple people texting or messaging. If you have any comments or anything, by all means, I'll answer them. But if nothing, I will get to the Rebels and then start sharing who the heroes are.
Okay, almost done had a question. He said, would it be better to collect from all of the same group or to collect from across all three groups?
I think it's going to be your personal preference. There may be a time where we have games that are built on the arcade that may have their own utility based on what faction your NFT is. But for now, we're trying to keep that pretty much wide open. So the main functionality on how your NFT works is if you own an NFT, you're going to have free tournaments, you're going to have extra bonuses, and you're going to have extra in-platform things whenever your gameplay is going to happen that revolve around if you have an NFT or not. Additionally, the attributes, the strength, the dexterity, the speed, the luck, etc. of your NFT is also going to affect your gameplay. So the type of faction that your NFT belongs to may doesn't actually have a huge material benefit to the platform right now, but it is going to be pretty awesome perhaps in the future. And almost done. Once you see the NFTs, I'm sure you're going to have a favorite, and I'm sure you're going to have effectively a way that maybe a style or an aesthetic that you find your favorite. So maybe you're going to have one over another in terms of collection.
I
Cool.
actually have a question, Devin.
Go ahead.
Maybe this is something we can get people's opinion on in the from the chat. Would people think it's interesting to have like a collector's page where you get achievements for like having different traits or like collecting different variations of the NFT? Like, do people in chat think that would be cool?
So almost like achievements based on like what types of things you collect.
Yeah, like if you, I guess I could compare it to like Pokemon. I don't remember which game this is, but like basically, if you collected like certain variations of Pokemon in a certain order, you would get achievements on that type of thing. So maybe it's like you have one of every faction, or you have like a certain level of each attribute on an NFT or something like that. But I like obviously there needs to be more thought into it, but that could become something that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think eventually, as the NFTs propagate and as people find out about GameGPT, and as the millions of users that we're going to get on the platform understand that there you have a better experience if you own an NFT, that is going to generate a huge amount of demand for people who want an NFT. So I think depending on how that works, I think the collection item and the collectiveness of the NFT is going to go way up. But also, a lot of people are going to get their eyes on what the lore is about and start collecting as well for that reason. So I'm really excited for it either way. Fantastic said it would be cool. Almost Done says like a leaderboard for displaying end user collections. Yep, I think that would be definitely something we could look into and possibly build. It wouldn't be hard at all. Cool. And we're going to go into the last summary before we get into the NFT reveals. The Rebels. The summary, like we've had for everyone else, embracing their rugged independence and ingenuity, the Rebels thrive on adaptability and resourcefulness in a post-apocalyptic world. Comprised of tradesmen, technicians, and everyday warriors, they utilize mechanical technology and skilled craftsmanship to survive and innovate. Their society values personal growth, freedom, and the survival of the fittest. The rebels aim to reclaim their place in the universe by leveraging their skills and tenacity, continually pushing the boundaries of their harsh environment. One summary on the environmental side. The rebels inhabit, just like I mentioned earlier, makeshift bases on the moon and within asteroid belts, utilizing scavenged materials to create functional living spaces. Their environment is harsh and unforgiving, yet they adapt through sheer resourcefulness. On Earth, they continue to hunt and gather amidst the desolate landscapes. However, while in space, they establish temporary outposts to mine resources and sustain their nomadic lifestyle. The rebels' environment reflects their rugged independence and ability to thrive in the face of adversity. The technical summary, which is also pretty cool. The rebels rely on mechanical technology, which is counter to the AI and blockchain focused technological benefits that the code and the guard have. And besides mechanical technology, our skilled craftsmen that survive and innovate. They shun advanced AI, instead depending on manually programmed robotics and electricity-based tools. Their technology includes hydrogen power cells and water electrolysis systems, which they use to produce clean water and energy. Electrolysis, for everyone who wants to know a little bit more about it, electrolysis is actually this scientific process where you could actually effectively use electricity to split water, if done in the right conditions, into hydrogen and into oxygen separately. So the cool thing about the rebels is they use that hydrogen to power the hydrogen power cells that runs most of their machinery, and then they use that oxygen to actually create breathable environments inside of all of their spaceships and all of their temporary settlements wherever they may be. So it actually is a pretty interesting technology that they have. Cool. They produce clean water. Okay, their ships are often modified for scavenged parts, reflecting their ingenuity and adaptability. Despite their lack of advanced AI, the Rebels' technological prowess lies in their ability to repurpose and innovate with limited resources. Cool. That is the Rebels, the Code, and that is the Guard. Now we can get into some heroes. And we'll be starting out with our first one, Yasu. But I'm going to read some questions first. I think I might be a runner for owning the most NFTs. Nice, fantastic. Semp says, sorry if this was answered already, but will we have access to these pages to read on our own? Yes, Semp. I wanted to get these pages live by the time our Friday AMA started. However, they're still being made. So I'm sharing, but they will likely be live for everyone to read, even in more detail than I'm sharing on Monday. So those are getting built out, and the actual site for it is, and I'll even share the site for everyone who wants to check in later, /origin. HTTP. That is the website that it's going to be on. If you guys look into it, you can see that it's not complete. When you click on things, they don't go to the pages that I'm showing you. But if you want to check on this site Monday, it's going to be completely fixed with all of the information that I'm showing you now. Cool. So yeah, everyone, if we're ready, we're going to get into the heroes and then slowly get into the NFTs and yeah, open up for questions after we share everything. Cool. So the first hero is for the code is Yasu. Here is the artwork that we have for him. He is a code bounty hunter and his story is over here. This is what he looks like. I'm going to stop here, give it a moment, and then we can get into the story right now. Here we go. Yasu was born in the neon-lit underworld of Mars's cyberpunk city, a place of relentless hustle and technological marvels. Designated as a bounty hunter by the Code based on his aptitude, he quickly became known for his efficiency and skill. During a mission on the desolate ruins of Earth, Yasu discovered a rusted katana amidst the rubble. Intrigued by this ancient weapon, he took it back with him to Mars. Back home, Yasu delved into researching the katana and uncovering the rich history and the code of the samurai. Fascinated by their discipline and philosophy, he began to teach himself the ways of the samurai, integrating these ancient teachings into his modern life. The katana became a symbol for his dedication and honor. Recognizing his potential, Null, who, if you're following along, is the founder of the code, and he actually wrote the code that everyone follows today, Null offered Yasu augmentation with the nanoswarm technology. Embracing the transformation, Yasu gained the ability to rematerialize over short distances and materialize weapons from the swarm. These enhancements made him an even more formidable bounty hunter, combining the ancient ways of the samurai with advanced technology of the code. Yasu's journey as a bounty hunter is marked by an unwavering commitment to the code, and he navigates the complexities of these roles with a strong sense of honor and justice. As you can see here, as I zoom in, you see these black and red types of mist forming. These are actually the code nanobots. And as you start to understand more about the code, they've been effectively technologically infused with nanobot technology. And Yasu is actually gifted enough to effectively have no physical, I guess, presence if he doesn't want. He can actually dematerialize into nothing but nanobots and then become a human with a physical form again after merging all of the nanobots. So that is a pretty cool thing. And that is denoted by this nanobot black and red animation that is going to be around all of the Code Mythic NFTs. I'm going to hopefully not reveal too much, but okay, I'm just going to do it. Go into what this NFT actually looks like. Here is Yasu's NFT. I'm spoiling the next one. Sorry, guys. But here is Yasu's NFT. And here is the animation that we're putting around him. So if someone pulls the one of one of Yasu, this is exactly what the NFT is going to look like. And as you can see here, the art style is more of a chibi art style. And in terms of the games and in terms of how we're going to take these characters and put them into a game, we've chosen to effectively embody at least the first art style for our NFTs into this chibi version. In future seasons, after the NFT Genesis is out and ready, this art style may upgrade into things that aren't this exact chibi art style, and they may move to a more modern or anime-like art style. But for now, the Genesis collection and the first 6,000, at least in the start, they're all going to embody this chibi-like texture. And like I said, this is a custom NFT. There's only going to be one of one, and Yaso already has his game made for him. And by the time these NFTs are out, and even before the NFTs come out, Yasu's game is going to be playable on the arcade. Cool. So that is, oops, I just revealed even more. Where was I? Here. That
Devin is
is,
the master of spoiling alpha.
yeah, that is Yasu number one. I'm going to go into the next one, and I've already revealed it a little bit by sharing my screen, so I might as well get into not Jet, but Solar Sentinel 34. And he is not the Rebels, he's the Guard. So excuse this slight misspelling, slight deviation, but we have the Code heroes, we have the Rebel heroes, and this is Jet. This is our Rebels hero. And here is the Guard hero, which is SS34. By the way, I forgot to mention this. All three of these characters are going to be in our cinematic for the NFT launch. And that NFT launch is going to be really awesome. And the cinematic is going to feature all of these three heroes in a fun and unique way. So let's go into the Guard.
Oh man, he looks so much better on now. I actually haven't seen this yet.
Yep. This is SS34. So let's read his background. Okay. Getting into it. In the elite ranks of the Guard faction, there exists a formidable force known as the Solar Sentinels. These bioengineered warriors are not born, but meticulously created through advanced genetic engineering. Combining the genetic superiority of various animals with cutting-edge technology, each knight possesses cat-like reflexes, incredible strength, supersonic speed, enhanced vision, and paralleled agility, making them the perfect tool for defense, asset retrieval, artifact recovery, personnel extraction, and emergency response. The creation of a Sentinel requires significant investment of resources and expertise. Due to the immense cost and effort involved, these knights are kept in cryosleep, ready to be awakened only when their unparalleled capabilities are needed. Each is encased in highly advanced impenetrable armor that grants them the ability to maneuver effortlessly in space and within Earth's atmosphere. The Sentinels are engineered for peak performance, devoid of typical human traits and emotions. There are tools designed and programmed for specific missions, ensuring the safety and supremacy of the Guard. This fleet stands as a testament to the Guard's commitment to maintaining order and protecting the interests with unmatched precision and efficiency. These bioengineered warriors, with the blend of animalistic prowess and advanced technology, represent the pinnacle of the Guard's scientific and militaristic or advancements. Cool. That is SS34. And here is his NFT reveal. Oh, whoops. Let me move this over. This is what he looks like. And as you can see, his animation is a little bit more of a golden flake around him. This is actually an embodiment, and we'll talk to the specifics around it. This is actually an embodiment around the technology of the Guard. Like I mentioned earlier, they are very biologically inclined with all of their technological advancement. And they use this prismatic color that you're going to see across all of the Guard people, the almost like spectrum of the ultraviolet, or the spectrum of the visible light across parts of their armor and parts of their clothing, uh, effectively uses the chlorophyll nature of plants and like this solar panel like features into everything that they do. And these golden flakes are effectively the ultimate advancement of that technology, and they effectively form an aura around you that is constantly emitting power or emitting energy in a way that these people can use. So this is SS34, and now we are moving on to the Rebels hero, and his name is Jet. He looks like this. I probably should have just went back there. And he is the first Rebels hero that we're going to get into. Let's zoom in and let's go into it. Oh, whoops, I need to keep going right here. All right, I'm going to stop right there and just read. Jet Howell was born into the Craftsman clan, known for their ingenuity and resourcefulness. His grandfather, Lewis Howell, the chief of the clan, was a legendary mechanic, and his father, Ryder Howell, was a renowned adventurer and inventor. From a young age, Jet showed a knack for tinkering, creating gadgets and machines from scrap materials. His free spirit and desire to explore often got him into trouble, but his inherent luck always seemed to pull through. When Jet was a child, his father went missing on an expedition, and it left a void in the clan and in Jet's heart. Determined to find his father and uncover the mysteries of the universe, Jet began building his own spaceship, the Howler, and a jet board for quick getaways. Alongside his loyal robot companion, Crank, Jet set out on a journey filled with danger and discovery. Despite the odds, Jet's inventions, though seemingly thrown together, always seem to work just when he needs them the most. His journey is one of adventure, luck, and the unwavering belief that he'll one day reunite with his father and uncover the secrets that lie beyond the stars. As you can see, in terms of the reflection and the resonance and like the human spirit, I think the Rebels are the type of people that definitely are going to resonate with most people nowadays. But I really appreciate kind of the human connections and the relationships that are going to be within the Rebels as we build out their stories. Almost Done says we all want to be rebels now. XD. Yeah, for sure. They're definitely the most relatable because this is so much in the future. But yeah, this is Jet, and this is what it's going to be about. Let me go to the NFTs. His art reveal is right here, and we have Jet. We have electricity because, as I mentioned, the technological advancement for the Rebels is electrolysis. So they have this ability to separate hydrogen and oxygen from water using electricity. And this electric aura is going to be around all of the mythic NFTs for the Rebels. This is what Jet looks like. And here is effectively his Crank, his companion. And this mysterious cube in his hand is actually a, a callback to the cinematic where he uncovers some ancient technology. This ancient technology is actually going to be something really awesome that's going to happen in the cinematic. And I don't want to go into specifics about the technology yet because it's all going to be explained in the cinematic that launches with the NFT launch. Cool. Kono Fantastic says code is greater than the Guard / Rebels. I actually am a code person myself, but I think everyone's going to have a favorite. Fantastic says easy chose for me code. Almost done says you got to choose one XD. Semp says mine will be whatever mythic I get on my hands. LOL. Nice. Cool.
Sure, if I
Well,
pull
all
a mythic,
right.
I'll be happy.
Exactly. So everyone, that is the very I would say brief, but it wasn't very brief. We went into the details on this. Uh, story of the universe that we're building around GameGPT. We're really excited about how this story is going to unfold with all of the NFTs and potentially other media that comes out from it. With the success that happens on the NFT, with the success that maybe people find in their favorites from the Guard, the Rebels, the Code, we're going to have a ton of things built out in the games that are going to be built around each faction and the stories of all of the mythics and the one of ones, but also potentially other media, whether it's comic books, whether it's manga. Nothing is off the table. I think the more we can do to spread this story and the more that we can do to make this for our community, the more options open up and the more directions that we can go with this. So I'm really, really excited. Uh, Now we're going to go into the full slideshow and we're going to look at everything related to the NFTs, not just the one of ones and the stories behind them.
I
Okay.
think Almost Done had a question. Yeah, he did. He said, "Are the 10 one of ones going to be available for everyone at the full mint? Like, basically everyone has the same chance of pulling it, or are they reserved in some way, like for awards or achievements or something?"
No, all 6,000 are going to be available for everyone at the beginning of the mint. So if you choose to mint, you're going to have the same probability as anyone else that's minting that day to pull it. It's going to be 1 in 6,000 chance. Cool. All right. So here we go. Let's get into each of these factions and look at uh, NFTs that aren't one of ones, and we can go into the traits of each. The first one I believe we're starting off with is the Guard. So this is the faction that belongs to the Solar Sentinel 34. These, like I mentioned, are the uh, heavily biologically engineered civilization that lives in this constructed ring around the Earth. These are the males, and these are three things that we have. On the left, you can see that we have a GIF, and that's going to be the animation for the Mythic NFT. In the middle, we have not the animation. So, and the right, we don't have an animation, but you can actually see what they look like. Uh, on the left here, we have also a rare skin. They don't have the normal like human colors of skin. They have what's known as prismatic skin. Being biological, like biologically engineered humans, effectively, that have huge ties into synthetic biology, every feature of a human can be modified. So whether that's skin color, whether that's hair color, whether that's their strength, their intelligence, everything is up for grabs and modifiable. So the rare skin follows a more interesting dynamic where it's going to be prismatic and almost like a chameleon, but also a spectrum of light. And the way that we're going to actually be uh, having this prismatic skin in the storyline is going to be really cool and something that people look forward to. So I hope these are awesome. I really like the one on the right. I think the ability to change the eyes and the ability to almost go from a human eye to like a cat like eye is something that only the Guard can do. And I was really happy on how these cat like eyes actually look. I didn't think they'd look as good as they actually do. So it was something that I was really excited about. Cool. Anyone else have anything they want to do, or should we move on to Guard Female? Any comments, any concerns, any questions?
Sem says he's a huge fan of the chibi style. That's awesome, Sem. We were kind of wondering if how people would feel about the chibi style.
Yeah, thanks, Simp. I appreciate it, my friend. I really like it as well. It is a almost like it's almost like a counter or an antagonist, not necessarily antagonistic, but it's our own unique spin. When everyone's coming out with the Azuki style anime NFTs that kind of have this anime kind of like human proportion type of NFTs, everyone's coming out with it, and we know if we did it, we wouldn't really do much to stick out. This chibi style is definitely something that we're choosing to kind of break the mold and go more towards something that no one else is doing right now. One thing that I really, really want to mention here is we aren't sticking with this art style forever with everything that we do. The very launch of the NFT is going to be in this chibi style, and for different games and maybe for different NFTs or maybe just different art upgrades in the future, we may go from a chibi 2D style to a chibi 3D style. We may go from a chibi 3D style to an anime-like realistic proportioned art piece. But here's where we're starting, and we're always going to keep innovating and keep progressing from here. Cool. So next, we're going to go with guard female. The guard female is really awesome, and we really like the way it came out. The females are going to almost be differentiated by the hair color. We thought, based on the society of the guard and based on what they're really good at, uh, females having really awesome and really vibrant colored hair, thing that makes them stand out. Here are some awesome variations. On the very rightmost, you can see the NFT animation, and on the left, you can see different options to what the NFTs look like. My favorite, honestly, is probably the one on the right. But the one in the middle with the halo ringed hair is something that I thought was cool. It's definitely going to be a rare base hair. Given that their sanctuary, which is their home that they live on, is in this ring around Earth, I think having this halo-based hair is something that they would actually find looks cool. So here are what the females look like. The next faction, we go from Guard to, I believe, Rebels, or although it might actually be Code. Who has any questions? Obam says game is roleplay. The game is actually any game you want. Obama, it sounds like you're kind of new here. GameGPT is actually an AI model that allows anyone to build their own game. So we have 10 self-published games already built, and we're going to have 20 by the end of the summer. So we have a ton of hyper casual games that are going to be built, but in the Creators Program Season 0 and the Creators Program Season 1, we're going to open up our AI model for other people to build their own games. So we're going to have any type of game that you can imagine eventually be built with GameGPT. But right now we're focused on mobile games that are hyper casual. But all kinds of games are going to be built, whether it be RPGs, whether it be fighting games, whether it be shooter games. Everything will eventually be built on GameGPT. Cool. Okay, let's move on to the next faction. I believe it's the Code, but we'll see. Oh, sorry guys, it's not the Code. We're moving on to Rebel Male. So here's the Rebel. Like I mentioned, guys, Rebels are very scrappy. They're very technologically advanced, but also mechanical in nature. They find things throughout the universe that they scrap or effectively pre-apocalyptic technology from Earth that they use for their own means to effectively live throughout the world. So a lot of the Rebels technology and a lot of the Rebels, I guess, clothing is going to be like in this Earth-based theme, whether it's dark oranges or olive greens or tans or beiges that effectively give the vibe that they are effectively refurbished or refabricated technology. There's going to be a lot of human characteristics to the Rebels. There's not going to be any cybernetic implants. There's not going to be any crazy colored hair that's not seen in the world today. There's not going to be any weird like other add-ons that are going to have, but the technology is going to be the main focus, whether it's on the very rightmost NFT, this cybernetic arm, or on the very leftmost, maybe these special companions that are along with the Rebels. That is where it's really going to stand out. But as I'm sure you can see, the Rebels are the human class. But however, as we go from males to females, I believe we forgot to have a mythic NFT on this one on the males, but we're going to shift to the females. On the very rightmost, you can actually see this female NFT has the electricity aura. So this rightmost NFT, I really like it. It's the orange hair and the almost like the dark, like the light brown / reddish color of the eyes. Really give, I think, a good contrast. But here are the females of the Rebels. I really like this. I think the beanie hair is the beanie head piece is something that I actually like a lot. And the original idea came from Connor. I know he really liked the touch there, but yeah, really like everything that we are going into with this. Any comments, any questions before we go off to the code? Okay, no questions. Let's just keep it moving. I think everyone just wants to see what the NFTs are going to look like. The next, which is my personal favorite, but I'm sure we'll get into it, Rebel with hat. Yeah, exactly. That's
Oh
actually a
wait,
good.
that's funny. I haven't made that connection at all.
Yeah. Okay, so the next thing is the code. This is my personal favorite, but I'm sure everyone's going to have their own favorite. We have Rebel Mail. Cool. So on the left here, we have the mythic mail trait, and that is the nanobots that are swarming around the NFT. We also have the colors and the red-ish type of technological vibe that's going to go with people. One thing that I want to talk about because it is associated with the nanobots is whenever Null or the clergy, the high clergy of the code, select you to be effectively infused with nanobots, one of the changes that happens to your body is your eyes actually go from whatever color they were to black and red. So the leftmost and the centerpiece NFT are actually the black and red eyes, and those eyes are basically signified that you have almost like this coexistence with nanobots in your body now. So that's going to be a really cool thing. The other thing that I'd mention is like I said, the skin is going to be very human, but also kind of pale because if you kind of understand or if you remember, they actually live subterraneally. They live effectively when they're not traveling the stars underground inside of Mars. So one of the mythic skins is actually this centerpiece skin that's called Tech Lich. If you can see very briefly on the sides of on the sides of the face, there's actually circuits in that skin. And if he were to take off his hair and show you his forehead or the top of his head, you would be able to see the more complex circuitry that goes within the Tech Lich skin. So that is the first appearance for what the code NFTs look like. I don't know if anyone's played Cyberpunk, but one of the most awesome companions you get in Cyberpunk is Jackie, and this is personally my favorite hair. I really like it, and he's probably one of the coolest NPCs that are in RPGs. So this is our own homage to Jackie. I thought it would look really cool with the code, and it turned out it actually did. So yep, here's what we go with here. And finally, we have I'm sorry, we have code female. So going on to the female codes, here we go now. We have the mythic on the right. And like I said, this one has the black and red eyes, although the irises in the actual eyes are a little bit different between male and female. We have a more open, round, and larger eyes for the female chibi style, whereas the male chibi style has a more of a smaller and more narrowed eye. But on the right, you can see the white hair and the nanobot animation, which makes it a mythic. And on the middle, you can actually get a better view of the Tech Lich skin, which really comes with the effectively cyber punk look. One thing I did notice is that we do have two of the same clothings on the left and the rightmost types of clothings, but we have a ton of different variations on the clothing side. But as I always mention, with female models, most of the variation is going to come on the head, whether it's the hair type or the hair color or the eye variation and the eye animation. That's what's going to come like from there.
Yeah, and
So
oh, sorry, Devin.
go ahead, Connor.
Oh, it's Simp said too much cleavage in the thing, and yeah, Simp. So these are actually just two of the models. I know there are at least two more chess pieces that do not show cleavage. So there's at least a 50-50 split, if not more to the non-cleavage side, because I know there's
I
armor as well.
Yeah, just high level, I would say maybe 33% of all of the chests are actually going to have that like exposed skin on the upper torso, but pretty much all of them are because they need to be functional, effectively are going to be and definitely to kind of give this like vampire like out at night vibe, they're going to be fully enclosed, covering the face, covering all of the body, like the trench coat, almost like Blade vibe. If you've ever seen Fantastic says never too much cleavage. That's kind of funny. Almost giving this like vampire Blade vibe to it. Cool. All right. that is, and of course we've already seen the one of ones. I'll show everyone just one more time, but here's Yasu. We have Solar Sentinel 34, and then on the very rightmost we have Jet. Okay, so that is it, everyone. Those are